Hey everyone, my name is Lena. I'm an eating disorder recovery coach, and I'm here to support you through all things recovery. I've come on here today to tackle with you the topic of how to deal with weight gain when recovering from an eating disorder. Now, I know firsthand how scary and crazy and challenging it can be to go through that part of the process where you will likely gain some weight. So, if you're currently recovering from an eating disorder and you're afraid of the weight gain, or you're already gaining a little bit of weight and you just need some really good tools to help you move through that, I've got you covered because I've come on here today with all of my best tips, tricks, and tools to move you through that part of the process. Now, let's get straight into it. My first tip for you is to just take a moment to fully, completely, and radically accept that gaining weight is just a natural part of the recovery process. There's really not much you can do about it, and everybody has to go through it. Literally everyone who's recovering from an eating disorder will have to face this to some degree or another, and it doesn't even matter where you're at with your weight right now. It doesn't matter whether you're underweight or you're currently at a normal weight or even a little bit overweight or a lot overweight. It does not matter. The fact is that you're recovering from an eating disorder that had you do some really crazy shit around food. And so as you're letting go of all of that stuff, you will likely gain some weight. And the sooner you can just make peace with that fact, the sooner you can also move on from that and move through that. So I suggest that you just make weight gain a really intentional part of the recovery process where you know it's coming, you know it's happening, you've accepted it. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with it, but it's okay. You know it's coming. Just really make peace with the fact that it's going to happen. My second tip is that you just let go of all expectations for what your body is supposed to look like. If you've had your eating disorder for a long time, it's possible that you don't even know what your body normally wants to look like. Let's say you got your eating disorder when you were a teenager, and now it's maybe 10 years later. Well, the only body that you remember is probably the body that you had as a teenager. But now you're maybe a full-blown woman or man. And so you're not supposed to look like that teenager anymore. And it's okay. That's just how nature works. So you likely don't know what your body needs to look like. And so the moment you let go and you just let your body decide what it wants to look like, this is where you're going to find out. So please just let go of all of these expectations, of all of these things. Don't freak out if your body becomes a little bit bigger than what you're comfortable with. It's okay. It will find its balance. And so please just let it do its thing and just don't even think about it. Just accept that you do not know what your body is supposed to look like, and trust that your body is going to find that point on its own without you interfering. My third tip for you is to always remember your why. Know every step of the way why you're doing what you're doing. Why did you choose recovery? Why did you not want to keep living with this eating disorder? Just really have all of those reasons in your mind all of the time, so that when the going gets tough, when you're going through weight gain, when you're dealing with all of that, you can just come back to that reason and relax into that reason and know, okay, this is more important than what's currently bothering me in this moment. So just always keep that in mind. My fourth tip for you is to just take it a step deeper than just weight gain. Now, you're probably really afraid of gaining weight, and I totally understand. But the question is, why? Why are you so afraid of gaining weight? What would that mean for you? What do you think will happen if you gain weight? And so really ask yourself that. What am I afraid will happen if I gain weight? So maybe you're afraid that if you gain weight, you will not be loved anymore. Nobody will want to be with you anymore, or something like that. And so you really want to actually address that instead of just the weight gain. So let's say you're afraid of losing love. You're afraid of not being wanted anymore. So ask yourself, what would happen if nobody would want you anymore? You might say, oh, I'll be lonely and I don't want to be lonely. Okay, so let's deal with that. Let's deal with the fear of loneliness rather than just the surface level of fear of weight gain. So the problem actually isn't the gaining of the weight, it's whatever you associate with gaining weight. And so really kind of get clear on that and just explore for yourself what it is that you're really afraid of, because that can help you pull the focus away from just the weight gain and focus on what's really there. And so if you're dealing with loneliness, find ways to not be lonely, find ways to show up for yourself, find ways to connect with other people, just whatever you need to do to just deal with the actual problem. So please just take a moment to really inquire with yourself, what is it that I'm really so afraid of would happen? And just don't stay stuck on focusing on just the weight gain. Okay, great. Now let's get into some more practical tools than that. First tool that I want to share with you here is to surround yourself with different body types. When you're suffering with an eating disorder, it's very likely that you don't experience a lot of variety when it comes to body types in your immediate surroundings. You're probably very focused on the people that have the body type that you wish you had or that you have yourself, and you don't really look at all the other people that don't have that body type. And so if you can, I want you to just start becoming aware of the fact that there is more than one body type. There are people who are not the body type that you wish you were or that you are, that also look beautiful and that also just live their lives. And I want you to just find some people that remind you that, oh my gosh, there is actually more than just this body type that I'm so focused on. If you can find them in your real life, go on social media, follow some people on Instagram who have a different body type, who are maybe a little bit bigger than you. Like, intentionally go out and find people who are bigger than you, who you can have as somebody to look up to, as a role model, and just to reprogram your mind from like being so focused on just like skinny people. The next tip I want to share with you is do not avoid mirrors as you're going through the process of gaining weight. Trust me, you're going to want to look at yourself in the mirror and really become okay with what you look like. I know it can be super tempting to just avoid all of the mirrors and to just like not even look at yourself because you don't feel comfortable in your skin. But trust me, it can be even more shocking if you haven't looked at yourself in a while and you catch a glimpse in a window or something. You don't want that. Like, just allow yourself to get used to your changing body. It's okay. Now, I don't mean stand in the mirror and like body check and like look at your body with disgust. I mean just live your life normally. Look in the mirror, don't avoid the mirrors. See the changes and just move on with your life, okay? But please don't avoid the mirrors. My next tip should really be a given, but I've decided to throw it in here anyway, and that is to buy clothes that actually fit you. There's really nothing more depressing when you're gaining weight, but you're still trying to squeeze yourself into the clothes that you were wearing like 3 months ago. Please don't do it to yourself. I promise you will feel like shit if you try to just squeeze into those old clothes. Allow yourself to be comfortable. Allow yourself to feel good while you're going through this process. It doesn't have to be terrifying. It doesn't have to be hard. Like, please just buy some new clothes and get rid of the old clothes. Just throw them out. You don't want to go back to that place where you were when you were like really underweight. So don't even go there. Buy new clothes. My next tip for you is to actually set some boundaries with the people in your immediate surroundings that may be criticizing your process. Now, this often isn't a problem in the beginning because oftentimes we come from such a low weight when we're beginning to recover that people tend to be really supportive and encouraging. But it's possible that you're not the only person with an eating disorder in your surroundings. You may not even know that somebody else has an eating disorder. And so there comes a point where maybe you're at a weight that nobody has seen you at before, and some people may get triggered by that, and they may start questioning your process. Why are you still gaining weight? You're at a normal weight again. Like, why is this still happening? So just be prepared for that, and be prepared to actually set them some boundaries. If somebody gets a little bit triggered and they start questioning your process, please share with them very honestly and openly what it is that you're going through, but you can ask for them to just keep to themselves whatever it is that they're thinking about you. You don't have to listen to the opinions of anybody else. This is your process, and so please don't let the opinions of anybody else sway you from that. So set some boundaries, just tell the people to keep it to themselves, and then just move on with your life. Now, my next tip should also really be a given, but it's also a really important one, and that is to pull the focus away from what your body looks like and put it on how you're experiencing life through your body. Really start with a little reality check and see how much gaining weight is actually truly impacting your life. Does the sun feel less warm on your skin because you've gained weight? Do baby puppies suddenly make you any less happy than they did before? Like, really go through a list of things and ask yourself, did this really change because I've gained weight? Is this really going to change because I'm going to gain weight? And just check yourself and realize that no matter what weight you're at, there is so much life to be experienced through your body. You can do something like go get a massage and just experience what that feels like on your body, Or you can take a bubble bath and just really focus on how that feels, how you're experiencing that in your body. You can have a friend or your partner scratch your back or stroke your hair or something, and just really focus on all of the good things that you still get to feel in your body that really have nothing to do with your weight. Instead of always focusing on your body as an image, just start thinking of it as, this is my vessel to experience life. And I get to focus on what I'm actually experiencing rather than just looking at what I look like while I'm experiencing something. Right? So get your priorities in order and realize that you can still experience life through this wonderful body that you have, no matter what weight it is currently at or what weight it will be at. Now, guys, I have one more tip for you, and that is to consistently keep yourself asking one question. If you're getting stuck in your mind and you're obsessing over the weight gain and all you can think of is, oh my gosh, I'm so fat, I'm so fat, I'm so fat, just ask yourself this question. Am I okay right now? Am I okay? Is everything fine in my life? Yeah, some things may be a little bit crazy. It may feel a little bit hectic to be gaining all of this weight, but are you okay in general? And the answer is likely always yes. So focus on that. Focus on the fact that right now in this moment, you are in fact okay. And so there's no point in obsessing over whatever weight your body is at. You're okay. You're alive. You're kicking. You're recovering. And there's this whole other life for you to explore once you've made it through this whole process. So please, guys, keep at it. Don't get discouraged. Know that it is only temporary. You will not keep gaining weight forever. It's all good. You're on your way. You deserve to recover. You deserve to be free. You deserve to be in a body that is actually happy with whatever weight it's at. And so please, use all of the tips and tools and tricks that I've shared with you. Share with me in the comments down below if you found any of them helpful. And I'm sending you so much love and blessings, and I wish you all the best on your journey to recovery. Keep on going.